your game announcers, Andrea Pelkey and David Dunko.
Good evening and welcome back to Nokomis Regional High School for Game 2 of our doubleheader. Nokomis is taking on Caribou in the late game here. And what do we expect from Nokomis tonight? They're 0-3 coming in, Andrea.
Well, I'm sure that they're going to be ready to shoot tonight, and they want Danny Ledbetter to step up and, score some. And Spencer Day, he's been playing quite well. And then, of course, you have Robson Fernandez underneath and also Rodney Rouse. So, and I'm sure they're going to run the floor, too, because that's the kind of style that both teams like to play.
Yeah, and Caribou's 3-1 coming in. They're only lost to Bangor, who really kind of took care of Nokomis fairly easily earlier this week. And their big scorer is going to be Scott Raymond. He averages about 22 a game, and Ryan Susi runs the show. And they do like to push the ball up and play kind of helter-skelter basketball.
Yeah, and if Nokomis can maintain their composure, I think that they can, maybe even slow it up sometimes. Even though they do like to run, you can get the three-pointers or even look inside.
And even though Nokomis is 0-3 this year, the only game they really weren't in was the Bangor game when Bangor took control. But the other two games they were in until late and then kind of lost it at the end. But they have a good chance because you said that Nokomis beat Caribou earlier this year?
Yes, in the Big East tip-off tournament, all the teams in the Big East went up and played, and Nokomis did beat Caribou in that game.
So that's a good sign. Hopefully Nokomis can post their first victory of the season, as in the game earlier, of course, the Lady Warriors, you were playing, won 54-33 over Caribou, and you guys really came out in the second half and dominated.
Yeah, Coach told us in the locker room, what you need to do is you have the momentum going into it, and, the first 4 minutes of the third quarter is really important because it sets the rest of the tempo of the game.
Good. Yeah, it was good. Posted your record 2-2, and now the men just got to start winning, and hopefully both teams can make the tournament.
Okay, thanks. Tonight, I think that one thing they need to do is box out, and most definitely what they also need to do is watch their foul trouble. That's been a problem for Nokomis, in these games they've had already this season.
The other teams have really dominated, getting a lot of second and third opportunities underneath.
Yeah, and what they need to do is they make sure they box out because, I think, looking at the teams, the overall average is probably, the height is probably with Caribou, but, the tallest people are on Nokomis with Robson Fernandez. He's a legitimate 6'7" guy.
And Rodney Rouse has been really good underneath this year, getting some good points. And coming up Friday, January 10th at 8 p.m., Nokomis will be playing Gardner. That game will be played on the 9th, and we'll play it the next night on the 10th. They'll be traveling down there, so anyone who doesn't have a chance to travel down will be able to watch it. And on the 13th at 8 p.m., the Lady Warriors will be playing Hamden. So a lot more games coming up for your enjoyment out there. We're about 2 minutes away from the start of the ball game here as somebody just made me laugh walking by. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But the teams are out warming up, and the captains are out at center court.
Yeah, and this is where, I think Nokomis wants some leadership to step up because they haven't had one real big scorer. Jared Otis missing. He's been in London with the band. Danny Ledbetter needs to shoot. And Richie Otis, the sophomore guard, he needs to step up. But he plays excellent defense. Each and every person has a role on the team, and you need to step up and play their role.
Well, I was talking to some of the guys before the game, and Coach said nothing about motivation or anything else. He pretty much told them, I guess, if you guys lose, you're dead Monday in practice, meaning they're going to run forever, I guess.
Oh, and that's the one reason why Nokomis is in such good shape, because when they don't play well, they do definitely run in practice.
Coach DeFederico is a disciplinarian, and he will make them run, I'm sure, Monday if they don't play well today.
Yes, I'm sure they will.
Is Coach Anderson there giving you a little bit, huh?
Yeah, we joke a little bit at practice, and, I get it at school sometimes about how I do this commentating, but I'm sure, a lot of the other people would like to step in and do it, and they're welcome, but they got to be careful what they say. That's the only thing.
That's right. You don't want to get in trouble with the FCC or anything when you're on the air. Big fines come out of that.
Yeah.
We should have the starting lineups in a few minutes. There's a good crowd on hand tonight for this kind of a matinee. A game started early this morning with the freshman boys playing and winning against Bucksport, and then the JV games all the way up through the varsity.
Yeah, we're really getting into the season now. and a lot of games are being played.
And I think they'll probably announce the substitutes first. You see the cheerleaders for Nokomis come out. And your referees for tonight's game will be Bill Patterson and Marty McRae. Be the two gentlemen calling all the fouls that you see. They're not generally liked very much by the teams around. Now for Caribou. John Hamilton's a senior forward coming off the bench. That's Nick Humphrey, the senior center. Number 13, can't find him. And that's Belanger. Number 15 is Mike Steris. Number 51 is Luke Ryder. Dan Funk, that's Chris Funk's younger brother, who's now playing at Husson College.
And that's number 10, Richie Otis, the guard, sophomore guard. We have Nate Davis, Josh Grant, both good guard seniors. A junior, Jared Otis. Another junior, Nate Belanger, looking for some minutes under there. Brandon Ellison, another junior. And the senior, Travis Floyd.
He's our garbage man.
Yeah, he is, him and Spencer Day.
Now starting for Caribou. Number 25, Scott Raymond. He's their big scorer on the year. St. Pierre, the senior. Jason Dicey, number 41. Number 5 is Steve Griffith. His sister just played in the earlier game. And number 23, Ryan Susi.
And now we have the starters for Nokomis. Number 33, Spencer Day. And Rodney Rouse. He's a good junior in there. And that's 6'7", senior Robson Fernandez. And that's our freshman on the team, Jeff White. Looking for some good shots from him tonight. And there we go. That's the leader of the team, Danny Ledbetter, looking for some good shots from him tonight as well.
Ledbetter should be pretty motivated. He didn't start the last game against Bangor and didn't even get in until the third quarter.
Yeah, the coach is really, looking for him to, have a leadership role, and I guess so far they haven't seen it from him. Maybe, this will tell him to step up and play the kind of ball that he really knows how to play.
You see this Nokomis guys getting their final instructions from the coach. We'll have the jump ball in a minute. It'll be Mr. Marty McRae, the referee, throwing it up. Fernandez will jump against Jason Dicey from Caribou. With a decisive height advantage over Dicey is Fernandez. Fernandez standing in at 6'7". And the ball is up. Gonna re-jump as both guys a little too pumped up and missed the ball completely.
Yeah, it looks like they're ready to go tonight. A little nerves maybe kicking.
This is only Nokomis' second home game in the season. The ball's up. Fernandez takes the tip.
It looks like we're gonna have another one.
We might not get the game started. There we go. Fernandez controls. He'll give the ball to Ledbetter, who's going to be running the point. He told me he ran it a little bit in practice this week. Over to White. Inside to Rouse. He can't handle a pass as it's thrown out of bounds.
Yeah, I think what maybe they need to do is get a ball reversal before they try to kick it into the post.
That's number 5, Steve Griffith. He's going to be running the show for Caribou this afternoon. He's going to be guarded by the freshman, Jeff White. Looking inside. Now Dicey has it. Pass inside is stolen by White, and he'll give it up to Ledbetter.
And Nokomis is out running tonight. They're ready to play.
Rouse likes that shot. A little strong. Rebound. Scott Raymond for Caribou. He'll take the ball up himself. Guarded by Ledbetter. Penetrates in. Gives it to Griffith. Now it's almost stolen by Day. Knocked away. Good defense there.
Yeah, it looks like Spencer probably got hit in the eye on that one. He's holding his eye.
Susie with the pass to St. Peter. No good. We're going to get Dicey for over the back. That'll be his first foul. As Spencer's scratching his eye a little bit. Looks a little red, too.
Yeah, I think when he went to go for that ball, he got hit in the eye. But he's tough. He'll stay in there.
Ledbetter running the point here, so a little different look offense by Nokomis. He penetrates in. It's the ball out top to White. Now Day has it, passes it in to Rouse. Day guarded by Raymond. Picks up his dribble up top. Ledbetter goes and gets it. He's calling the play, tells him to reset out front. He's dribbling, looking. He takes off balance. Jumper, no good. Spencer Day saves it, but Dicey controls for Caribou. Caribou pushing the ball up now. That's Susie with the shot, and it counts. Rodney Rouse picks up the foul.
Yeah, and I think Rodney was worried about, his other teammates weren't back. Nokomis needs to, hustle back on defense as much as they want to get up there on offense.
So Caribou gets on the board first, 2-0. Both teams coming out a little tight here. My pencil won't stay put. That foul was after the shot, so Caribou retains possession. Susie penetrates. He'll take the 14-footer, and it's good.
Yeah, it looks like they need to get right up in his face tonight.
Ledbetter calling for the play. It's called house. And that goes inside, looking inside to Rodney Rouse.
Yeah, that's the nickname around school. They call him House. And that will be a foul on number 41, Jason Dicey.
Got a little pronunciation thing there. That was the only one I couldn't figure out for these guys. Ball is thrown out of bounds. Spencer Day trying to hit Ledbetter. Substitution for Caribou coming in. Number 21, a junior, Lance Belanger. He checks in for Dicey, who has 2 early fouls. Caribou leads 4-0. That's Griffith with the ball, guarded by White. Ball goes out to St. Peter. Now to Belanger, who just checks in, and he hits. 6-0, Caribou leads.
I think Nokomis needs to get a hand in the face because Caribou's really shooting well tonight. Maybe block their vision a little bit, something to throw them off.
Getting a lot of good shots off from 12 to 15 feet. Ledbetter picked up his dribble. Now he's in trouble, and he throws the ball away. Stolen by Scott Raymond, number 25. Caribou looking to run. Passes off on the outside, and he'll get called for traveling there.
Yeah, that's one thing that the coaches are teaching, to do that shot fake, but you need to do that small circle so you don't travel on that before you put the ball down.
So Ledbetter's going to control the offense once again. He got some instructions from the bench. He's guarded by Susie. Now White goes inside to Rouse, gets double teamed, spins, shoots. No good, but he'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, and that's what Nokomis wants. They want opportunities to get to the line. Maybe get Caribou in a little bit of foul trouble tonight.
And Rodney's a good free throw shooter also.
Yeah, it's many times at the community center. He's down there.
I've been seeing him hit there for about 4 years now, I think. And he misses that one. I guess we jinxed him. I'll shut up next time. Nokomis down 6-0, 5:17 left in the first quarter. And Fernandez with the offensive rebound goes up, no good. Jeff White with the rebound, and he scores.
That's what they need to do. They need to get those rebounds. Those putbacks on the offensive end really can help.
White now guarding, and the ball is thrown away, so a quick Caribou turnover. And Nokomis has a chance to get within 2 here early in the first quarter. Ledbetter calling for House again, I guess. So they're going to try to go into Rodney as much as possible tonight. Pass is thrown away. Fernandez gets it. He's going strong there, and that'll be on Belanger. That'll be his second personal.
Yeah, that's what the guys need to do. You know, if the play doesn't work, you know, keep going. And that was good pickup by Robson Fernandez. Way to cut to the ball.
So Fernandez coming out aggressive here in this game. Shot is up and no good. Nokomis 0 for 3 early from the free throw line tonight.
And they need to start making those, capitalize on those free throws.
Rebound now stolen by Nokomis. We're going to have a personal foul called, a push in the back. Ball goes into Griffith, and that's 2 on Rodney Rouse. Travis Floyd going to check in for him. Griffith gets the ball over to St. Peter, who penetrates, and Spencer Day with good help defense, and St. Peter gets called for the travel.
Yeah, and that's good rotation by Spencer Day to come up and, you know, maybe make him fumble like he did.
Ledbetter gets it back from Day, and he's going to walk the ball up. So Nokomis going to not run so much tonight and try to be a little more patient on offense. Ledbetter with a nice move, but they're going to get him for a carry as he held the ball before he put it back down again.
Yeah, that's been a controversial call because that's a, you know, patent move by Danny Ledbetter, but he hasn't been called for it so much this year, but it looks like tonight the refs are going to call that.
St. Peter gets it. He's going to penetrate, but Day right there once again. Belanger pump fakes. Floyd in there hustling for the ball now on the floor. We'll have a personal foul called on number 33, that's Jason St. Peter, excuse me. I had my tongue tied there for a minute from Caribou.
And that was a good hustle by Travis Floyd, you know, get on the floor. And he is one of our, what we said earlier, garbage pickers. He's small, but he plays very much bigger than he is.
Ball gets to White on the wing. Inside to Fernandez. He goes strong with it. In and out, no good. There's Spencer Day with the big rebound. He can't hit. Fernandez back up with it and scores.
Yeah, see, that's what we were talking about. Nokomis is getting those second and third shots, and that's what they need to do. They're boxing out well, you know, getting the ball and putting it right back up.
Now Nokomis just has to concentrate on hitting their free throws, and they'll be all set. They're 0 for 4 so far this game. Fernandez will be at the line. He's missed 2 free throws. Robson from Brazil, he's an exchange student. And he misses also. 0 for 3 from the free throw line.
Yeah, and it looks like that will be a foul on Jeff White, the freshman, on over the back on that rebound.
Ball comes in for Caribou to Griffith, Steve Griffith. He's been running the show so far, playing point guard. Number 45 just checked in is Nick Humphrey. Now the pass over, and good. That shot by Scott Raymond. That's his first 2 points of the game.
Oh, it looks like Caribou's throwing on a press here. Nokomis wasn't ready for it.
Floyd with a rebound. Nokomis gets lucky there that they didn't give up a point. Ledbetter with a nice pass underneath to Fernandez, and he scores. Did a good job of breaking the pressure and found the open man.
Yeah, and I think that what Caribou's doing is on a make, they're going to go full court pressure, and on a miss, they're going to go into a half-court trap.
That's Susi with a miss. Fernandez fighting for the rebound, and he'll get called for over the back.
And that time, I think he forgot to box out, and that's not what they need right now. No one can be in foul trouble. You've got Rodney Rouse on the bench right now with 2, and it's still the first quarter.
Quite a few fouls here early. It's 8-6, Caribou in the lead. 3:02 left in the quarter. Wide open underneath is Humphrey, who up fakes and goes up with it, no good. Hard to get it over that big 6'7" frame with long arms of Fernandez.
Oh, yes, and that Danny Ledbetter just wasn't ready for that ball. You know, you got to grab the ball when it comes to you.
Griffith takes it out into Humphrey. Raymond will take the three-point shot. High arcer, but it's good. Now it's 11-6. They're putting on the pressure again, but this time Nokomis was ready for it. Ledbetter looking for a pick. Doesn't get it. Dribbles through his legs a couple times. Now gives it to Floyd, who passes inside to Spencer Day. He can't hit the shot. And Floyd gets the jump ball. Alternating possession goes to Caribou. Keith Richards checking in for Caribou, wearing number 11.
Looks like Caribou's going to get some fresh legs in there to press maybe.
He's going to run the show now. He's guarded by Jeff White. Going to push on the big guy, number 45, Nick Humphrey, as he pushed Fernandez and picks up the offensive foul. And that's 7 fouls already on Caribou, and Fernandez will go to the line.
See, this is where Nokomis really needs to make their foul shots because they're already in the bonus, and whereas Caribou, you know, again, Nokomis only has 4 fouls, so they're not going to be in the bonus for a few more times.
And they could really take advantage of that because Caribou going to get in foul trouble if they keep this up. And that's the first hit of the game for Nokomis. They're now 1 for 6 from the free throw line. Fernandez is 1 for 4 himself. And his second shot is short. Dives for the rebound, saves it, but it goes through White's legs, and he'll be out of bounds. Caribou ball.
Yeah, that was good hustle by Fernandez. You know, just got to be ready to get the ball if you're his teammate.
Susie going to take the ball out for Caribou. He gives it to Keith Richards, not the guy from the Rolling Stones. Now the ball goes to Belanger, who hit a couple jump shots. That's Susie. He'll take the three. No good. Rebound Humphrey. Up fake and a little jump hook for 2.
Yeah, Nokomis really needed a box out there.
Ledbetter controlling the offense, looking for the pick. Now he's going to penetrate, guarded closely by Susie. And Ledbetter stepped on the line, I guess, over there, and out of bounds, Caribou ball.
You need to be, you know, pay a little bit more attention, I guess.
13-7, Caribou leads. Humphrey gets it. He's guarded by Floyd. Down inside to Belanger. Humphrey loses it. Floyd guarding him closely, playing tough defense. Raymond has it at the top of the key, goes by Ledbetter. Take the 7-footer in and out. Rebound Spencer Day. Looks up, gets it to Fernandez, gets it to Ledbetter, but now they don't have the numbers and they'll pull it out. Ledbetter will take the shot, no good. Spencer Day fighting for the offensive board, can't get it. Susie comes up with it. Susie goes all the way, coast to coast for 2.
Nokomis is slacking a little right now on defense because, you know, they didn't get that a couple possessions ago. They didn't get the rebound. The first rebound, and that time they just weren't ready for the ball.
Nokomis down by 8 here, late in the first quarter.
Fernandez is doing the right thing, getting Humphrey in foul trouble.
Fernandez will make another trip for the line. He's been there quite a bit so far this evening.
Boy, when he makes that, he really does have a sweet shot. He's got a nice follow through, and the ball goes right down through the net.
Checking in for Caribou, that is number 43, Dan Funk. And he hits both of them that time. Nokomis putting pressure on Spencer Day and Floyd, hustling after the ball. And Spencer Day is going to get a reach-in foul.
I think Coach Jim DeFederico now wants to run a little bit more now that he's pulled up, maybe thinking maybe if we run, we'll get a few fast breaks. You know, maybe the pressure will help us in the long run.
Cause some turnovers maybe and get some easy baskets.
Yeah, right there. That was another foul on Humphrey. That's his 3rd. Still in the first quarter.
The senior center has a big frame, and he's not afraid to push around with it, it looks like.
You got to be a little bit careful because, you know, one thing, you know, as a player, you notice that the refs are a lot different in the county than they are down here. So you gotta make the adjustment early off before you do get in foul trouble.
So you're saying the game's a little rougher up in the county, or?
Yeah, and it's just a whole different kind of type of play.
Ledbetter now at the free throw line. He hits.
For his first point of the game.
Nokomis with 10 trips already in the first quarter, and Caribou with none. Now Nokomis putting on pressure. Floyd steps up. Pass goes up to Humphrey. It's like he traveled there. And they're going to get Fernandez with a push. That'll be his second personal foul.
Yeah, I think he got a little bit anxious. A little bit anxious on that because he did, get the big man trapped on the sideline.
Now we're going to have Keith Richards taking the ball out. 36 seconds left in the quarter. Nate Belanger checking in for Fernandez. As Nokomis, the big guys are getting in a little foul trouble here. Richards looking for Raymond off the inbounds, but has to go to Susie. Now Richards has it, getting picked up. Susie penetrates, and we're going to have an offensive foul here on Caribou. No, it's going to be called a block.
No, I think that was an offensive because 44 is going to be shooting. That was a good job, good step in by Travis Floyd, and sometimes even though you won't necessarily fall, you need to show the refs that was a charge and show them that you did have position.
Good job of sacrificing his body for the team. 15-11, Caribou up. Nokomis once again at the free throw line.
And that's Travis Floyd with a hit.
Floyd, the senior, plays forward.
Oh, and that won't count. It was a violation on Travis Floyd going over the foul line.
Pressure is broken by Caribou. Richards has it, dribbling around. Now it almost stolen by Belanger, but Richards gets it to Susie. Back to Richards. Goes to Raymond up top. He's going to penetrate. Finger roll. It's good.
Yeah, you need to step over and not up on that help. Nokomis just isn't ready for the penetration. They're going to move their feet.
Now Ledbetter will penetrate. Throws it up a little too hard. Raymond once again on the break. Crossover dribble. Nice lay in, and it's good at the buzzer.
Yeah, that was a nice reverse layup. And Nokomis needs to be ready because Caribou is going to go out and run. And if they're just not ready to play defense and move their feet, then they're going to have some trouble and they're going to struggle in this game.
Well, that gives Caribou a 19-12 lead as they score 2 quick baskets in the last 15 seconds to take the lead. And coming up Friday, January 10th at 8 p.m., the Warriors will be playing Gardner. And you can check that game out right here on, I think it's Channel 2 of Cablevision. And on the 13th at 8 p.m., the Lady Warriors will be playing the Hamden Broncos. And also on the 13th at 9:30, the Nokomis Warriors will be playing the Hamden Broncos. So we'll have a doubleheader that night, just like you're watching tonight. On the 15th, the Lady Warriors will be playing Bangor. And that'll be a game where you guys are playing in Bangor and the guys are at home that night, I believe.
Yes, that's correct.
It'll be Nokomis ball as we start the second quarter. Checking the lineups, we have Travis Floyd and Spencer Day for Nokomis, along with Jeff White, Danny Ledbetter, and Nate Belanger. For Caribou, we have number 11, Keith Richards, 23, Ryan Susie, 25, Raymond, 45 is Humphrey, and 43 is Dan Funk. Danny Ledbetter going to control the offense. He gets it over to Day. Caribou in a zone defense now. Ledbetter swings it over, but he'll walk. He walks with it first, and that's a turnover.
Yeah, I think what he was trying to do was step to the ball and then step when he passed, but he did it all in the same motion, and so that's a travel.
Richards going to set up the offense as Nokomis is in man-to-man defense. Fighting through picks as they double-team Humphrey. Now the ball gets to Susie. He's going to penetrate, and he double dribbles Nokomis ball. So both teams start out turning the ball over here in the second quarter.
Oh, and it looks like Caribou's going to come out and press again.
Now they get the ball to Ledbetter. As Funk is the man they're going to use as the point of the pressure. Ledbetter passes it up to White. Dribbles around, and now he gets it to Day, top of the keys. Bullet pass inside to Floyd. We'll have a foul on Nick Humphrey, number 45. That'll be his third personal. We had it wrong before. We had him with one too many. And Floyd will go to the free throw line.
And there's an example right there to show you how Travis Floyd plays a lot bigger than he is. He wasn't afraid to get that ball into there and then put it right back up.
So Floyd getting some good minutes in this game. His minutes have been increasing as the season's moved along. He misses a second. The rebound is battled for. Finally controlled by Funk of Caribou. Knocked out of bounds by Nokomis. Spencer Day got a hand on the ball, but it went out off him. Funk goes into Richards. Richards going to be guarded by Jeff White, the young freshman for Nokomis. Gets the ball to Humphrey outside, who's guarded by Day. The ball is taken away and battled for. It'll be Caribou ball.
And that was good hustle there by Travis Floyd again. He is a workhorse. I think that's why you see his minutes increasing, is because he is willing to work and put the time and the effort in to the game.
Humphreys checks out, and St. Peter checks back in for Caribou. Pass goes into Raymond on the block there. He misses the little lay-in from about 4 feet. St. Peter with the rebound, though. Richards controls, penetrates, passes to Funk. Back to Richards. Ball is stolen by Ledbetter, and anticipating the pass. Gives it to Spencer Day. He'll shoot the three, in and out, no good. Rebound St. Peter, and Nokomis even pressuring the ball off the rebounds. Now Caribou going to push it up with Raymond. He gets tripped up, and they'll get Spencer Day for the foul.
And that will be his second. I think what Nokomis needs to do is, maybe the pressure needs to come from the guards and not from the forwards, because they're going to get beat on that, because the forwards are going to be running down the floor, and they're not going to be able to play the defense on the big people that are running the floor for Caribou.
As that Keith Richards checks out of the game. He played some good minutes for Caribou, and the starter, Steve Griffith, comes back in for him. Raymond at the line, hits his first shot. Raymond now with 10 points, and we're still early in the first half here. That, by the way, was Caribou's first free throw of the game, first free throw attempt. And he hits them both.
Now Caribou has, Nokomis, so Caribou is in the bonus.
Floyd gets it down on the baseline, looking inside, throws it away, steal by Funk. It's going to go to the hole, and Ledbetter knocks the ball away, but it'll be off Nokomis, Caribou ball.
I think that was good transition defense by Danny Ledbetter, but he also needs to get his teammates back there with him.
Inbounds pass, Raymond gets it, he's going to penetrate. Now he gets it to St. Peter, who gets trapped down in the corner. Thrown up top to Susi, thinks about the three, pump fakes. And that three is good. That's number 5, Steve Griffith, the Caribou. Comas beats the pressure. Ledbetter takes a little 12-footer.
Yeah, he says, we'll play this running game. I'll shoot it.
24-15 now, Caribou leads. 5:47 left in the first half. Nate Davis getting set to check in for Nokomis. Raymond gets it. He's dribbling around. I think that's just a case of him dribbling a little too much in the paint.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to step back and see and, make the extra pass to the person who is the shooter. Not maybe dribble so much and penetrate, but look outside, because they are shooting well from the outside.
Inbounds pass goes to St. Peter. He can't hit, gets his own rebound. And we're going to have another foul here as the foul's building up on both teams now. St. Peter will go to the free throw line, and that's going to be on Floyd.
And that is his second.
St. Peter, a broad kid from Caribou. He hits his first free throw. Caribou 3 of 3 from the free throw line now.
See, this is what Nokomis needs to do. They need to capitalize on, on the foul line. And they just haven't been doing that this year.
And he misses that one. Rebound, Nate Belanger. Gives it to Ledbetter. He's going to set up the offense. Bounce pass goes to Spencer Day. Nice pass right there to Nate Belanger for the 2.
Yeah, and, they're willing to pass Nate Belanger. He'll work for the ball, and he's got those long arms to stretch and reach for it.
Now the pass goes to Funk. He can't handle it. Saves it. And it's stolen by Ledbetter, and he's going to push for Nokomis. Tries to bounce pass, and it'll be kick. Nokomis ball.
I think maybe that time, he didn't have the numbers, so he maybe should have pulled it back out. But luckily, they got the ball back.
Fernandez checking back in for Nokomis, and Dicey coming back in for Caribou. Both had long rests and foul trouble. Nokomis down by 8 with 4:59 left in the first half. Pass comes in to Nate Davis. He'll take the quick shot. No good off the back of the rim. Rebound Raymond. And fighting for the ball is Spencer Day, and he'll get called for a foul and send Raymond to the line.
See, that's what we were talking about. You have the forwards pressuring in the front court, and you need them in the back court. Maybe the guards should stay up, and the forwards should go back because they're getting in foul trouble right now. And that's Spencer Day's 3rd, I believe.
Checking in is Jared Otis, just back from London, England. He played with the band over there. Played, I guess, at a club where the Beatles and the Rolling Stones were both at one time.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting for the school, to have them go.
Raymond's first shot is good. And he earns his second one. 26-17 now, 9-point lead for Caribou. He sinks them both. Nate Davis now controlling the ball for Nokomis. Throws a bounce pass down to Otis. Looking inside to Fernandez. He'll turn and put up the shot, and it's good.
Yeah, he really has a nice shot. That's what he's been working on mostly. Is his outside. Getting right out. Outside of layups, because he does have nice follow through and nice shot.
And the ball goes over to Dicey, who's got it by Otis. Now Raymond gets it. Pass down to number 5. That's Griffith, guarded closely by Nate Davis down in the corner. In a little trouble, gets trapped. He tried to hit St. Peter, but Fernandez was there to knock the ball away.
Yeah, and that was good rotation by him and good anticipation, too, to see that he was going to pass it there. And that's what I think Coach Jim DeFederico has been, telling those guys for their defense.
Raymond gets a 3, no good. And we're going to have a push on Fernandez, I believe, and if that's true, that'll be his 3rd.
See, that's where Nokomis needs to be careful. They've been getting in foul trouble in the past, and they are now, and it doesn't look promising right now.
Travis Floyd going to check right back in. And he comes in for Fernandez, who's going to have a seat until the second half now.
This wasn't what, Nokomis wanted. They've got 2 people with 3 fouls already, and they were both starters, both Spencer Day and Robson Fernandez.
St. Peter hits his first free throw. And his second one is up and good. Jared Otis now dribbling up against Raymond. Caribou in a man-to-man defense this time. Gets it to Nate Davis. Now gives it to Ledbetter, who's going to try penetration. Can't hit it. Nate Davis gets it. Guarded by Susie. Ledbetter takes the 3-point shot, and it's good.
Yeah, I think that time Caribou, what they were trying to do was close up Nate Davis, and they just left Danny Ledbetter right open because Nate Davis is a threat three-point shooting, but also is Ledbetter.
Pass goes to St. Peter, who's going to penetrate in. No good. Big rebound by Floyd. He gives it to Nate Davis, who's going to push the ball up for Nokomis. Crossover dribble. Now gives a bounce pass to Jared Otis. And that's going to be a foul on, that's number 5, Steve Griffith. No, we're going to have a push foul on Nokomis. I didn't quite see what the call was there.
I think what it was Nate Davis was trying to set a screen and just got pushing a little bit too much. So now we'll go down to the other end. to have Scott Raymond shoot some foul shots.
A lot of free throws here in this game in the first half. As Raymond hits another one. 30-22, Caribou leads.
That was a good rebound right there by Nate Davis as he pushes it up the floor.
Nate going to control the offense, gives the ball to Ledbetter, who pump fakes, penetrates, and he's going to be lucky and get a foul called there.
Yeah, because that would have been a travel.
He went up in the air with nothing to do with the ball, and that's not a thing you want to do in basketball. Timeout called. With 3:18 left in the first half. Nokomis down by 8. Caribou leads 30-22.
I think what Caribou needs to do, I think that what they're doing is they're calling a timeout just, to talk things over because Nokomis is fighting back right now.
Yeah, and they don't want to, I don't know if they really want to get in an out of control ball game. As you see the big crowd on hand here at Nokomis to root for the Warriors. Nice looking crowd. They came out and support their team. You like to see that in every community.
Yeah, and that really helps when you're out on the floor to see, the stands this full.
And because Nokomis can get pretty loud in this gym too. It can get real loud in here.
And it usually does.
Ex-coach Charlie Peavy right there.
He coaches at Corinda Junior High. One of the 4 junior highs that do go to school at Nokomis.
There's a bunch of them. A lot of kids from a lot of different areas. Ledbetter will be at the free throw line out of the timeout, wanting to cut into this Caribou lead. That last foul was on Susi, his second. As Ledbetter hits the free throw. Nokomis just 8 of 15 from the free throw line. In and out, no good. Just 50%, about their season average. Now they put on some pressure. Ledbetter picks up Griffith. He gets trapped out top. Gets it to Susi. Over to Raymond. Down on the baseline to Belanger. He's guarded by Belanger. Now Griffith has it out top, guarded by Davis. Nokomis playing good, tough defense here. He loses the ball. Floyd dives for it, and then Belanger dives for it. It'll be out of bounds, Caribou ball. Good hustle there.
They're ready to play defense. I think that's what, Coach Jim DeFederico's been telling them is maybe if we play the defense, we'll get the turnovers and we can push them so we don't have to press.
Ball goes inbounds. Thrown away by Caribou. That should be Nokomis ball. And Nate Davis will take the ball out for the Warriors. We're down 7, 2:53 left in the half. And Caribou looking to put on some full court pressure again. Back in the middle to Otis, who gives it back over to Danny Ledbetter. Now triple team. Nice little bounce pass to Otis to break the pressure. Otis penetrates, goes up strong. He's going to get called for the offensive foul.
Yeah, and the Caribou player number 22.
23.
23, he got a good position there.
That's Ryan Susi. And the ball comes into Griffith with 3 points so far in the afternoon. He penetrates past Nate Davis, and Nate's going to pick up his second foul.
Yeah, that's what they got to be careful of. Maybe they're being a little bit too aggressive on their defense. They need to just let things happen and get in the passing lanes, and that's how they need to make their steals.
That would have been a tough shot for him to hit over Belanger, who had his arms and had good position, too, to play the defense.
Yeah, and he was a little bit off that balance as well.
Caribou, a very good free throw shooting team. They're 9 of 10 now on the afternoon. Again, they are 3-1 on the regular season, with their only loss being to Bangor, and Bangor is a very good team in Eastern Maine.
And they're even nursing some injuries right now, so they're a prime candidate for a loss maybe. You have Mike Arsenault, Tommy Waterman, and Jason St. Pierre all, having injuries, just coming back.
Very quick team Bangor was when I watched them the other evening. And he hits both his free throws. 10 of 11 now from the free throw line, and that's really the story here in the first half as Nokomis down 9. Nate Davis breaks the pressure and then loses the ball. Picked up by Floyd. He goes strong to the hoop. Can't hit it. And Ryan Susi going to get the personal foul. That's going to be his 3rd.
Yeah, I don't think that he liked that at all.
Or his first. I guess I was looking at the wrong guy there, I guess.
And that would send Travis Floyd, the senior forward, to the line.
Nokomis just 8 of 16 from the free throw line so far in the game. And there must be a lid on that basket or something because they're all going in and out.
They just got to hold their follow through up, I think.
Floyd's second shot is up and right through the net. That's good. Raymond controlling the ball for Caribou. Gives it to Richards, who penetrates in. A little 7-footer, no good. Rebound, Dicey. Goes up strong, can't hit. And Floyd battling for the rebound. Gives it to Nate Davis, pushed up to Jared Otis. He'll take the 18-footer, and it's good.
There you go. I think he's the player that's going to step up and make those shots when, Nokomis needs them to.
That cuts the Caribou lead to 6. Just under 2 minutes left in the half. Floyd gets out on Dicey, giving up a few inches. Belanger, nice pump fake past Otis, and he misses the open shot. And that was Steve Griffith with the rebound. And the senior guard just snuck in there and got an easy lay-in. Otis's shot gets blocked. Griffith controls for Caribou. Otis going for the steal, can't get it. Pass inside to Dicey, knocked away.
That was good rotation there by Travis Floyd to tip the ball away, make a deflection.
Nokomis playing real good hustle defense there, chasing the ball really well. Ball goes way out top to Dicey. He almost loses it. Now Keith Richards has the ball. He'll set up the offense. He's guarded by Otis. Floyd out, and the pass goes inside. We're going to have a foul on Nokomis, and that'll send Raymond to the line.
I think that was because that will be on number 23, Nate Belanger. It's because he didn't step off the cutter. He let the cutter step right in front of him and right in front of his face to get the ball, and that happens when you're not ready for the cutter.
Raymond at the line. Perfect so far this afternoon. Remains that way. Funk checking back in for Caribou. He's a junior forward / center. His brother Chris plays at Husson College now in Bangor. Raymond's second shot is up and good.
Caribou's really doing well on their foul shots tonight.
12 of 13 so far from the free throw line. Nate Davis beating the pressure, gets it to Ledbetter.
We're going to have a double foul there. Travis Floyd is fighting for position, and I don't think that the Caribou player wanted to give it to him.
And that foul is going to be on number 21 from Caribou, Lance Belanger. And it'll be Caribou ball. Now number 11 pushes up, Keith Richards. He gets it over to Griffith, and he gets it to Belanger for the shot. And Nokomis is going to get called for another foul here.
I think they're getting in quite a bit of foul trouble here. That's the first one on Jared Otis. But you've got Travis Floyd with 2, Robson Fernandez with 3, Rodney Rouse with 2, Spencer Day with 3, Nate Davis with 2. I mean, this is only the first half, so you need to be a little bit more careful.
Now Jeff White checking back into the ball game. Raymond at the free throw line again. And he misses the first one. Of course, we're in the double bonus here. So that's a rare miss by Caribou. Up to that point, he was 7 of 7 from the free throw line. Now he misses them both. Rebound, Nate Davis getting up high for that one. Ledbetter gets it. He'll shoot the 3. No good. Floyd saves it off number 13.
And that's the way he plays. He plays hard all the time. That was a smart move by the senior forward, Travis Floyd.
Nate Davis going to take the ball out, and he throws it away, stolen by Raymond. Going to go up for the layup, and it's good.
That was good anticipation on Raymond's part, but Jeff White needs to also step to the pass.
And now it's stolen from White by Raymond. And he get 2 more foul shots as White will get the foul.
No, Caribou's the one on the team right now that I think wants it a little bit more. Nokomis is falling a little bit to the pressure. You know, they had the lead that cut down to 6, and now things are falling again.
Now they're down by 12 with Raymond at the free throw line, and White going to make a quick exit this time as Richie Otis is going to check in for him. Raymond's first shot is good. And his second one is good also. Now Nate Davis is going to control the offense. Just under 20 seconds left. Swings it out to Richie Otis, seeing his first action of the evening. Bounce pass to Ledbetter. 10 seconds left in the half. Looking inside, Ledbetter penetrates. Little up and under pass to Floyd. We're going to have a foul on Funk, I believe, and Ledbetter will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, both teams are in the double bonus, so that means that will be 2 shots for Danny Ledbetter.
So Nokomis had it down to 6, but Caribou pulled away with a 8-0 run, and they're up 40-26 now. Going into halftime, 6 seconds left, but Ledbetter at the line also.
That's Nokomis' problem. They need to make their foul shots. They're doing, horrible from the foul line right now.
And now we're going to have a lane violation. The players look a little frustrated out here, the Nokomis players do, and Caribou's taking advantage of it by pushing the ball right at them.
Looks like that's going to be another foul on Nokomis.
That one's on Nate Belanger.
That's his second.
This will send Dan Funk to the free throw line. No time elapsed off the clock as he got called for pushing right out the free throw, so no time went off the clock. And Funk sinks his free throw and gets his first points of the evening. 15-point lead now for Caribou. And a 16-point lead as he hits them both. Nate Davis takes a shot, no good at the buzzer. So at halftime, Caribou pulls away, and now they're up by 16, 42-26. A 10-0 run did it, Andrea, and Nokomis has to get it back together and start playing with their heads a little bit better.
Yeah, in the first 4-5 minutes of the third quarter is really what's going to make a difference. Is Nokomis going to come up and step up to the challenge that Caribou's given them, or are they just going to fall?
And for Caribou, Scott Raymond had a huge first half, scoring, 17 points at halftime against Nokomis. So they got to find a way to shut him down, and they can't be sending him to the free throw line because he's like 8 of 10 from the free throw line.
Yeah, they got to find somebody else to foul if they have to, if it comes down to that in the fourth quarter.
Because he doesn't miss much, and he's a good shooter from outside as well, hitting a three-pointer. And Nokomis doing a real poor job of controlling their offense. They had it down to 6 by playing controlled, and then they just stopped it and got out of control.
Yeah, I think that was when they decided to step up and press. Because what they needed to do was, continue their good defense.
And in a few minutes, Mr. Ray Dion is going to be giving us the halftime stats from the scorebook. We're trying to keep them here, but I don't think we got them exactly right. You never know. You see the Nokomis cheerleaders on center court now, doing a good job this season for the Warriors, supporting them. In the Eastern Maine Class A boys heel points, coming in at number 1 is Mount Blue, followed by Presque Isle and Bangor. At number 4, you see Caribou at 3-1. So if Nokomis could come up with a victory over Caribou, they could get some well-needed heel points. Then they're followed by Skowhegan, Brewer, and Gardner. And at 8 and 9, you have 8th Hamden, 9th, tied at 8th actually, Messalonsky. 10th, 11th, and 12th goes Lawrence, Old Town, and Coney. 13 and 14th, Waterville, Madomic Valley. And last place right now is the Nokomis Warriors.
Yeah, and if they could get this win, this will really help them bring them up. Madomic Valley, you know, they're going to be playing Hamden. You know, they could get a win there. They beat them also in the Big East tournament up in Caribou.
Well, he's shaking his head at us right now about the halftime stats.
There's the Nokomis Warrior Pep Band. Most of those people just got back from London as well.
Probably still have a little jet lag going.
Yeah, there's, I think 7 hours ahead is what, they were 6 or 7 hours ahead, and you know, many people didn't come to school.
And we'll give it over to Ray Dion for the halftime stats here real quick.
Okay, this is Ray Dion. I'm over at the scorers table right here. We got some stats for the first half. For Nokomis, we got Jeff White with 2. We got Jared Otis with 2. Nate Belanger with 2. And Danny Ledbetter has 5, and one of those is a 3-pointer. They have Robson Fernandez has 6. That should total 26 for Nokomis. Over on the Caribou side, we have Steve Griffith with 5, and he had a 3-pointer. And Lance Belanger has 2. Ryan Susi has 6. Scott Raymond has 11, and one of those is a 3-pointer. Then we have Nick Umphrey with 2. And those are the high scores, and that gives us 42. So right now here at halftime, it's 42 for Caribou and 26 for Nokomis. Back to David and Andrea.
Thanks, Ray, and I think we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Welcome back to Nokomis Regional High School for the start of the second half as the teams are going to get their final instructions from their coaches. Nokomis down 16. They were down by 6, but they lost it by a 10-0 run by Caribou.
I think what Nokomis needs to do is, be ready, come out and shoot. They need one person, to take control and say, everybody needs to do this, not 5 different guys doing 5 different things out there.
Yeah, they need to work together better as a team and try to work the ball around the perimeter and try to get it inside a little bit. Rodney Rouse didn't even play most of the first half, and he's been one of Nokomis' big scorers so far this season.
Yeah, and I think part of that was because of the foul trouble he might have gotten in.
Spencer Day taking the ball out for Nokomis. Bounce pass into Belanger. He'll give the ball to Nate Davis. He's guarded by Griffith. Now to Ledbetter up top. Penetrates down the lane, off the glass, no good. Rebound St. Peter for Caribou. Passed way up to Scott Raymond. Raymond gets the ball over to Griffith, who loses it. Now gains back possession. Penetrates past Nate Davis. Bounce pass inside. Stolen by Nate Belanger. Davis pushes the ball up. Bounce pass to Danny Ledbetter for 3. No good. Rebound fought for. Nate Davis gets it. Saved. No good. Saved again by Nokomis. Fight for it on the floor. Jump ball, the possession arrow goes to Caribou.
Some good hustle by Nokomis there. Shows them they're ready to play. I think, Coach Jim DeFederico gave them a talk in the locker room.
He probably lit a fire or two, I'm sure.
Yeah.
As Richards pushes the ball up, Nate Davis is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his 3rd.
I think Coach Jim DeFederico's been known to light a few fires in his time.
Definitely needs it today. Pass goes into St. Peter. Ledbetter goes to the steal, can't get it. Dicey passes off to Susi. Pass goes cross court to Griffith, then to Raymond, who's going to shoot and hit the 3. So Raymond continuing his hot shooting for Caribou.
They need to get a hand in his face tonight.
Ledbetter has the ball, doesn't want the pick, gives it to Nate Davis, right back to Ledbetter. Passed over to Nate Belanger, who's going to penetrate, take the shot off the glass, no good. Spencer Day there for the rebound. Count the basket.
Yeah, he's another one of those garbage pickers in there. You know, he's ready to get the rebound, put it right back up, and he's maybe smaller than his opponent, but he's most likely probably stronger than his opponent.
He's a fighter, that's for sure.
Yeah, he never gives up in there.
That foul is going to be on St. Peter for Caribou. That's his third, team's first. And it looks like they didn't count the, yes, they did count the basket, excuse me. And the foul shot by Day is good.
And that's what they need. They need to start hitting those foul shots. They didn't do that in the first half.
Nokomis putting on the pressure. It's broken by Caribou, but they're going to get a travel right there as he took a couple steps after he picked up his dribble.
That was good rotation by Rodney Rouse, too, and him and Spencer Day both need to remember, you know, we have 3 fouls. We can't be too aggressive, but we need to play hard defense.
Because we have to have them in the game if Nokomis wants to come back and win this game. Spencer Day being guarded by Raymond, out top to Davis. Swung over to Belanger, quickly dribbles and gives it back to Davis, who penetrates. Now Day penetrates in the lane, no good. Rebound Rouse. We're going to have a foul called on Caribou.
Yeah, that's another thing. Nokomis has been getting that second rebound.
And if they can start putting those in with more efficiency, they'll get right back into this ball game. Nate Davis with the ball underneath the basket. Throws it out top to Belanger on the left wing. Nate Davis gets it. Now Ledbetter has it. Swung over to Day. They're looking inside. Belanger gets it. Fights. Nice little bounce pass there to Rouse. Pump fake. It gets blocked by Dicey. Rouse with it once again. We're going to have a traveling call. Comas putting on full court pressure. It's broken by Griffith. He gets the ball up to Dicey, who doesn't seem like he wants the ball. And they're going to get Rouse with the personal foul.
And that wasn't a good foul. You know, that's not what they need him to do at this time. That's his 4th. No, excuse me, that's not his 4th. That's his 3rd.
Second team foul. Ball goes into Susi. Guarded, and it's swung over to Belanger of Caribou. Have a couple Belangers in this game, one for each team. Griffith has the ball. He gets double-teamed out top to Dicey. Pass down inside to Belanger. No good. Rebound, but Ledbetter. Nokomis looking to run. Caribou does a good job of getting back. And Ledbetter going to get called for the foul.
Tonight the refs seem to be a little bit more touchy on their fouls. Little screens, you know, they're calling. So I think they know that Nokomis has always been a physical team, and they probably always will be. So
once you get that reputation, it's hard not to get those touch fouls called. Pass goes in, knocked around a little bit, but Caribou retains possession. Ball's on the floor now, stolen by Nokomis.
That was good rotation there by Danny Ledbetter to come up with that ball.
Ledbetter gets it. He'll take the three-point shot. It's good.
Yeah, and he's really starting to play well. He's playing good on both ends of the floor, and he's the one that wants to step up.
Good job by Nate Davis there to draw the offensive foul and get a turnover against Caribou.
Yeah, it seems like their pressure is starting to pay off for him, you know. Davis with the good job playing defense there, and now you get the ball right into your own basket again.
Davis looking inside, can't find anyone. Has to get the ball in, thrown way out top to Ledbetter by half court. Ledbetter using his dribble. Now he's going to penetrate baseline, goes up. Nice little pass to Rodney Rouse. The basket's good.
Yeah, the penetration most likely oftentimes opens up the floor, and it gave Rouse a good time there. And it looks like Caribou wants to talk this over some. They've lost some of their lead.
So Nokomis with a chance to cut that lead down to 10. They've been down by as much as 15 in this game, or 16.
They're really starting to pick up. You know, they've got the momentum of this game, and they want to keep it after this timeout, because usually that's what coaches do. They call a timeout to try to slow momentum down oftentimes, and Nokomis just needs to keep on going right at it. You know, shooting, playing good defense, just keep going out there.
And you could see it, the players at the foul line after that basket shoving each other around, getting pumped up for Nokomis. And now Rouse will get the free throw after the timeout.
Yeah, they've got some leadership out there with Danny Ledbetter. You know, it looks like he's finally saying, look, give me the ball, I can play ball, and shows, how things are going.
Caribou taking a little extra time out of that timeout as their players now walk back out onto the court. And Rouse, he really needs to assert himself this half. He's been a big force for Nokomis so far this season. And if they can start getting him the ball underneath, they can get some easy baskets.
Yeah, he's a tough player, and he'll work hard. And if he doesn't get the hoop, he'll most likely get the foul.
And his free throw is good. Nokomis once again putting on full court pressure. This time it's beaten by number 11. That's Keith Richards. Swung over to Raymond. He's guarded closely by Ledbetter. Belanger gets it and almost loses the ball there. Raymond penetrates, takes a running jumper, no good.
And that's another foul on number 23, Nate Belanger, the junior forward. And this isn't what Nokomis needed at this time.
Be Caribou ball underneath the basket. That was Belanger's third personal. Thrown way out top to that's Lance Belanger. Then given to Susie for three, no good. Rebound Rodney Rouse. Nate Davis pushes the ball up, gives it to Ledbetter. He'll take another three off the back of the rim, no good. Nate Davis with the rebound, and they're going to get him for a foul.
Wow, it doesn't look like Nokomis is happy with that. Nate came in to get the ball, but the Caribou player just happened to be there. The refs aren't letting him playing physical at all.
That's Davis's fourth. I thought Coach DeFederico was going to come out of his pants on that call. He got up and jumped up and down, not happy at all with that.
They're going to need him later to shoot those three-pointers. They got to be a little bit careful.
Nokomis putting on the pressure now. They're going to get a blocking foul on 25, Danny Ledbetter.
They're calling everything tonight.
Well, basketball traditionally is supposed to be called a non-contact sport, but ball goes into Scott Raymond. Once again, Nokomis not letting up on this pressure, and the pass goes to Keith Richards. Bounce pass into Dicey, goes underneath the basket, can't hit. Rouse with the rebound. Raymond with a steal off the outlet pass. We're going to have a foul called here.
Looks like that will be on.
That'll be on Caribou's number 25, Scott Raymond. He's had a tremendous game thus far. Now Caribou going to put on a little pressure of their own. They're up 10, 4:04 to go here in the third quarter. That's Raymond's third, and he'll take a seat on the bench. They don't want him to get in foul trouble any more than he already is. Pass goes into Spencer Day. Gets trapped, swung way across court to Ledbetter. Now Ledbetter gets a pick from Rouse. He'll take the jump shot, no good. Rebound, Nate Belanger. He goes up strong and scores.
Nice move by Nate Belanger on that play.
And now a steal by Nokomis. Off the pressure, the pass inside, and an over-the-back call on Dicey.
That was good position there. Nokomis is really starting to play now. They need to, make sure they have the ball, just maintain their composure, and keep playing hard defense, and their offense will come.
Each team with 16 fouls and 3:41 left in the third. Very physical game here. And the coaches told me before the game this is what they expected.
Yeah, both teams do play tough, and both teams need to understand how the refs are going to be calling the fouls tonight.
Ledbetter gets a pass into Day out by half court. Day gives it to Davis, who's going to penetrate to the hole. Can't hit the basket, though. And now the Caribou player gets tripped up trying to fast break. That's Keith Richards with the shot. In and out. Ledbetter with the rebound.
Maybe here he wants to look to slow it up a little bit. Nope, it doesn't look like he's going to.
And that foul is going to be on 21. That's Lance Belanger from Caribou.
Oh.
No, they called that on Danny. He said 2-5 push, but I think that's an offense. That would have been, well, it's an offensive foul regardless on Danny Ledbetter. That's his 4th. And that sends Lance Belanger to the free throw line.
Nokomis needs to, watch their fouls because they've got the 2 best foul shooters with 4 fouls already. That would be Nate Davis and Danny Ledbetter.
46-37. Caribou in the lead, 9-point lead, 3:18 left third quarter. Belanger misses his second free throw. Saved, no, not saved. He was on the baseline. That was number 5, Steve Griffith, hustling after the loose ball. Substitute checking in. This will be St. Peter, number 33. He'll check in for number 23, Ryan Susi at Caribou. Jared Otis taking the ball out, gives it to Nate Davis. And they're calling a play. Ball gets over to inside to Spencer Day, who's double teamed. And now Spencer Day will go to the free throw line for Nokomis.
And now both teams will be in the one-on-one.
Both teams been to the free throw line quite a bit this afternoon. Over 20 for each team.
And that's quite a few fouls called.
Spencer Day, the forward, misses his first free throw. And the 1-on-1, Caribou controls the rebound. Steve Griffith gives it up to Richards. Dribbles down, gives the ball back to Griffith, to number 21, Lance Belanger for the 3, no good. Rebound St. Peter, no good. Partially blocked there by Jared Otis. Then the ball is thrown away off Nate Davis's hands, saved to Belanger. Some fast action going on here at Nokomis Regional High School. Otis's pass is knocked out of bounds by Steve Griffith, the senior guard from Caribou. Nokomis ball out of bounds, goes into Jared Otis. Swung down to Nate Belanger. Back out top to Otis. Now Davis has it. He's going to get a screen from Spencer Day. Nokomis kind of stagnant right now. Looking inside for Rodney Rouse. Rouse with a nice turnaround move, can't hit. Rebound Spencer Day for 2.
Yeah, and what they say is, patience is a virtue, and that time it really helped out Nokomis. Oh. And that time, Jared Otis will get called for a foul there.
And that'll send number 5, Steve Griffith, to the free throw line. The Nokomis pressure has been relentless, but they've been used up quite a few fouls on it so far here in the third quarter.
And they've got to be even more careful now. Another 3-point shooter. Jared Otis has 3 fouls.
Nokomis ball out of bounds off the missed free throw. Nate Davis going to run the offense. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 46-39. Caribou in the lead. Nokomis cut into that lead quite a bit. Caribou had at the half. Davis with a nice turnaround. Can't hit. Fights for the rebound is Nate Belanger, but he can't get it. Keith Richards comes up with it. He gets it to Griffith, who breaks the pressure, and now they got numbers on the fast break. Bounce pass to Belanger. He pump fakes, and the ball is stolen away, and the loose ball is picked. And Otis is going to get a foul for a reach-in on number 5, Steve Griffith, I believe, or number 11, Keith Richards. Excuse me, will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, and I think that time the ref, had Jared Otis' number because I don't think he liked his attitude on the last foul that was called. So maybe that was, saying, hey, I'm the ref. Don't mess with me.
I'm the boss, you're not. Play basketball, don't worry about it, pretty much.
And that's hard because Nokomis isn't going to have very many players left if they keep fouling.
Richie Otis checking into the game for his brother Jared. That free throw was good by Keith Richards of Caribou. And his second free throw. is short. Rebound to Spencer Day. Now Nokomis looking to push, but Nate Davis pulls up, and he's going to set up the offense. They'll set some screens down low. Spencer Day has it. Baseball pass to Rodney Rouse. Pump fake, and he scores.
Yeah, that was a good way to gather himself. You know, he was coming hard across the paint. He needed to gather himself and then go up with it. It was a good job.
Nokomis again putting on pressure. Trap down in there is Richards. Griffith for the three-pointer. It's good. And Nate Belanger is going to pick up a foul off the shot, too.
Oh, that looks like that would be not on Nate Belanger, but a foul on Dan Funk and on the push on the rebound.
They keep pointing at a Nokomis player or a Caribou player and then calling it on the other player. I'm getting confused here.
You just got to watch, see which way the players walk, I guess, because they know they're going to the foul line.
Yeah. Nate Belanger at the free throw line for Nokomis. Nokomis an even 50% from the free throw line tonight, 11 of 22.
It's a good shot there.
Gets the shooter's touch. And Nate's second shot is no good. Rebound bounced around. Saved. Nokomis ball. Belanger lays it in.
Yeah, that was a good job keeping the ball alive.
Travis Floyd with the flagrant foul. Called flagrant.
Oh, that is, you know, I can't see where that would be flagrant because Travis Floyd was going for the ball. And I think it was probably because his attitude after the foul, because I think that was a decision that the ref made after he saw Travis Floyd's attitude.
Nokomis calls for timeout. 50-44, Caribou in the lead. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. And after the timeout, that'll be Steve Griffith, I believe, shooting the free throws. That was Floyd's third foul.
And that never would have happened if Nokomis, you know, had been ready to play some defense. You know, they've got that press going, but they need to remember this is a transition game. There's two parts to this game, both offense and defense. They seem to have one thing going at a time. It's either offense or it's defense. They need to have, you know, both. They need to get the combination of the two.
This will be Keith Richards at the free throw line. He'll get two shots, and then Caribou will get the ball back. And after they made that basket, they celebrated a little bit, and nobody got back on defense, and that's why. Crowd thinks it's a little poetic justice there that he misses the free throw. And he hits the second one, and he turns and takes a look at the crowd.
And that's a little bit of an attitude showing. You know, that's one thing that could hurt him, you know, that cocky attitude.
Caribou up 7, 50 seconds left in the third. Richards going to take the ball out, throws it into St. Peter. Now Griffith has it way out top, and it looks like they're going to hold for last shot. Griffith tries to penetrate past Otis. Ball almost stolen away by Floyd. Lance Belanger has it. He gives it to Griffith, who gets trapped. Now Belanger's going to penetrate to the hoop. Throws a little pass to Funk. He misses it. And Floyd's going to get another foul called on him.
And that looks like that'll be his fourth. Things just had, you know, Nokomis gets to the point where they're almost there, but they just can't turn the corner to go ahead.
Travis Floyd looks a little frustrated now after these last two fouls have been called.
And who wouldn't be? You know, he's just playing, you know, as hard a defense as he can, but it just doesn't seem to be working.
This is Jason St. Peter at the line. He misses his first free throw. He's got 4 points on the day, all 4 from the free throw line. And he doesn't get the roll on his second one. In the fight for the rebound, Spencer Day fighting for it. Nate Davis picks it up.
That's great hustle.
And the
Great
crowd
hustle by both.
excited.
There you go. They're starting to get pumped now. Nokomis wants this game. It's the third quarter, 11 seconds left.
That'll be Nate Belanger at the free throw line. And the crowd really starting to get into it. They're getting very loud.
Yeah, they want to show the team support. You know, maybe this time they can turn the corner and go, you know, for the lead.
That foul was called on Jason St. Peter, his 4th. Nokomis has to start taking advantage of these free throws, actually, too.
Yeah, there we go. That's the first. Nate has a good shot, good rotation on all his shots. He has the same rotation inside as he does outside, and that's important.
And he hits them both. Nice hustle there by Spencer Day. 9 seconds left in the third quarter. Nokomis down by 5. Cut that lead by 11 from the end of the first half. Pass goes into Belanger. He gets trapped down in the corner. Thrown cross court to Griffith. He's going to put up the shot. Blocked by Belanger. We're going to have a foul called.
A foul on Belanger. And that time, I don't think that was a foul because Nate, you know, just was doing the right thing. He was getting a hand in his face.
Kind of a late call there by the referee, but regardless, Steve Griffith at the free throw line. He misses his first free throw. As the Nokomis crowd pounding the bleachers, they're shaking a little bit. And he misses both free throws.
There's just a little bit of pressure there. But, you know, Nokomis knows that their Warriors are in this game and they've got nothing to lose. You know, they're going right for it all. They got 8 minutes left in this game, and that's plenty of time.
And a reminder, coming up Friday, January 10th at 8 p.m., the Warriors will take on Gardner. And on the 13th, the Lady Warriors against Hamden. You'll be playing in that game.
Yes, and hopefully, you know, we'll get another win there to go over, you know, the halfway mark.
And at 9:30 on the same evening, a doubleheader as the Nokomis guys will be taking on Hamden. But Nokomis still has 8 minutes left to play here as we start the fourth quarter. Ball goes into Nate Davis. He's going to dribble down to the left side, inside Rodney Rouse, who pump fakes. Nice move. Nokomis within 3, 51-48.
A good strong move there by Rodney Rouse, the junior forward.
Caribou breaks the pressure by Nokomis. Ball goes over to Susie from way downtown. No good. Nate Davis with the rebound. He's going to push the ball up for the Warriors. He dribbles over the left side, and it's thrown away. Stolen by Raymond from Caribou, who had a long rest on the bench, so he should have fresh legs. Griffith has the ball out top, guarded by Nate Davis. Nokomis putting on hard pressure defense here. Belanger guarding Raymond. Raymond penetrates. And I'm going to wait to see who this foul's on so I don't screw it up.
I think that was on Nate Belanger.
That'll be his 4th. Of course, we're in the double bonus here, and there's still 7:11 left in the fourth quarter. Pretty soon they'll be suiting back up the JVs from earlier to come in and play.
I think they're most definitely going to have to because you have Travis Floyd with 4, Robson Fernandez with 3, Spencer Day with 3, Danny Ledbetter with 4, Nate Belanger with 4, Jared Otis with 4, and Nate Davis with 4. And right now you have Nate Davis, Robson Fernandez, and Rodney Rouse. You know, and Rodney Rouse has 3, so they're in foul trouble.
And he misses his free throw. This is Scott Raymond at the free throw line. He hits his second one. He doesn't turn and look at the crowd, though. That didn't work out too well for the last guy that did that.
Yeah, I don't think a coach liked that too much.
Nate Davis gets the ball. He goes into Rodney Rouse. Swung out to Nate Davis, thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Now Rodney goes to the hole.
Yeah, travel.
And he's going to go travel.
Shuffle his feet, got a little bit too excited. You know, just need to gather yourself when you're under there.
This would be Caribou ball underneath. As Jared Otis checks in for Nate Belanger. He's going to be right on Scott Raymond, the big scorer from Caribou this afternoon. Pass goes into Raymond, then swung out to Susie, and back to Raymond at half court. Susie dribbles out towards the top and gives the ball to Griffith. Little spin move over to Dicey now. Raymond gets it from 17 off the glass. It's good.
And I'm kind of surprised that Caribou's, you know, not slowing things down a little bit now. They do have the lead.
Ledbetter set to check in for Nokomis. Nate Davis has the ball, gives it to Richie Otis out top. Gets it in to Robson Fernandez. He goes up strong with the basket. No good. Rodney Rouse with a rebound. Can't hit it. Loose ball. Richie Otis bounce pass inside to Fernandez. We'll have a foul on Dicey from Caribou.
Yeah, and that was good work by the big man underneath for Nokomis. They got the rebound, you know, went back up with it. So, and they did get a foul called, so they get a free opportunity from the line.
Danny Ledbetter checking back into the game. He's also in foul trouble with 4 fouls. Richie Otis has a seat on the bench.
Yeah, they need to get their three-point shooters in there.
54-48, Caribou in the lead. 6:08 left in the fourth quarter. And Fernandez a little short on that free throw.
He needs to hold his fall through up a little bit longer, I think. He does have a good shot, and he'll get the roll.
Second one is no good also. Rebound Scott Raymond at Caribou. Caribou pushing the ball up quickly with Ryan Susie handling the ball. He goes to the middle.
Yes.
Offensive foul.
Yes, that was a good play by Robson Fernandez to step in there and take the charge. He got his feet there, and to show the ref that he did get there, he fell. That was a nice job, nice take.
That'll be the 4th on Ryan Susie, and he's an important part of this Caribou team. He's a junior. Now Nate Davis is going to bring the ball up against, that is Steve Griffith, the guard from Caribou. Nice bounce pass there to Otis cutting. 54-50.
Nokomis is coming back. They're ready to turn the corner and take this game.
Ball gets swung out top to Raymond, who's going to penetrate in, throws the pass, stolen. And that's going to be it for Ryan Susie. He's going to foul out. 5:35 left in the game.
Yeah, and that's too bad because, you know, the coach, you know, had somebody at the bench at the scorer's table to get him subbed in, but he didn't do it quick enough. That was a nice box out by Nate Davis to get that 5th foul called on him.
And now that'll be Keith Richards, checking in for Caribou, taking Susie's spot. Nate Davis at the free throw line with a chance to cut this lead to 2. And he hits that one. Nate's second shot is up, no good. Fight for the rebound. Caribou controls. This will be Keith Richards pushing the ball up. It goes up to Belanger quickly. They pull it out and give it to Richards, who's guarded by Nate Davis out by the Big East sign. Nokomis pushing Caribou way outside their offensive set where they'd want it. Belanger has it down on the left side. Swung cross court to Richards. He'll take the 17-footer, no good. Ledbetter with a rebound.
That was a very important rebound right there.
Ledbetter for 3 for the tie, no good. Rebound by Scott Raymond. Almost stolen there by Nate Davis, reaching in. Raymond penetrates into the middle.
And that's going to be a foul called on Jared Otis, and I think that's his 5th. And I have to wonder because, you know, the Caribou player went in there and a little out of control, maybe, you know, they're not going to get many of those shots to fall. And, you know, you need to wonder, was that a good foul? He didn't have a choice. He was kind of stuck where he was. But maybe he's thinking, you know, back on those calls before that call, the foul they called on him, the makeup call. for the attitude he showed a little earlier. You know.
Now the Nokomis fans are going to beat the bleachers to death again. It doesn't bother Scott Raymond, though, as he hits his free throw. Raymond, it's his second shot right through the net. It's good. Now Nate Davis going to control the offense for Nokomis. Nokomis down by 5, 56-51. Nate Davis with a nice move to the basket. The basket is good.
Nice move and nice clear out by the post people to see the little man going in there. You know, he needs all the room he can get because he is so small, and, you know, his post players realize that, and they give him the space.
That foul goes on Steve Griffith. That's his third. And Nate Davis will be at the free throw line with a chance to cut the Caribou lead to 2 with 4:39 left in the fourth quarter.
It's a good shot.
Nokomis still putting on the full court pressure. It's broken. They got numbers this time, does Caribou. And Fernandez is going to be called for the foul.
Yeah, he leaned in a little bit there, but I don't think it was enough for it to be called a foul. That's just the way, that's just how they play.
That's his fourth. And this will send Lance Belanger to the free throw line for Caribou. The crowd starting to pump it up once again. Lance Belanger, wearing number 21, hits the shot. Now Nate Davis is going to control. Nokomis still down by 5. Gives the ball to Ledbetter up top. Ledbetter behind the back, almost loses it. And now he'll go to the free throw line as Steve Griffith picks up his fourth foul. Both teams in a lot of foul trouble here late in the game.
Yeah, at first, see, what happens is it seems to go one team, you know, for one team at a time, and then right back, you know, for the other team. So they know how it feels, you know, to be all these fouls being called against you within a 3-minute period.
Ledbetter's first shot is good. Nokomis picked it up on the foul line since early in the game where they really struggled.
Yeah, they knew that this game was going to come down to fouls because of how many there were in the first half.
Ledbetter hits them both. Now Robson Fernandez gets a steal for Nokomis.
With those long arms reaching out, that really helps them.
Nate Davis has the ball at the top of the key. He's going to penetrate past him. Gets a pass to Spencer Day. And Scott Raymond's going to pick up his fourth foul of the game.
That was a nice way to use your body. Spencer Day, you know, used his body well to get that foul called and to protect the ball as well.
Spencer Day going to go to the free throw line. The senior forward. Got him listed at 6'2". I think they got him listed a little bit taller than he is, though.
Yeah, they often do that. So yeah, there you go. Nokomis is picking up on their foul shots. That was another make by Spencer Day there.
20 of 32 for the day is Nokomis at the free throw line. Now 21 of 33.
The cuts Caribou's lead to 1.
Now Griffith has the ball way outside, dribbling with his left hand, guarded by Ledbetter. Nice pass inside to Raymond. That's an easy bucket for 2. 61-58, Caribou leads. Nate Davis dribbling around quite a bit, gives the ball to Belanger. Now they want to give the ball to Rodney Rouse, it looks like, inside, but they're doing a good job of defending against Rodney getting it inside.
Yeah, early in the fourth quarter, he did step up and make a few buckets, and now they're trying to shut him down because he could really hurt Caribou.
Belanger controls the pass from underneath the Nokomis basket. Ledbetter posting up. He'll go up with a basket, and that's it for Danny Ledbetter. He's going to foul out.
They're going to call player control. You know, they've had his number all game, too.
They got him for leaning in with his shoulder when he went up with a shot. Coach DeFederico calls for Richie Otis, the sophomore.
Maybe hoping to get, a three-point shooter in there.
Nokomis going to put on the full court pressure here. Down by 3, 3:25 left. Long, deep pass to Raymond. Davis breaks it up, but Raymond controls and scores.
They need to keep their head up on that one. Got to always see the ball.
Nate Davis has it at the top of the key. Passes it over to Belanger. It goes back to Davis. He's looking inside. Can't really find anyone. Now he penetrates down the lane. Gives it to Belanger. He'll take the shot, and he scores. Sorry about those technical difficulties. We're back to the action now. Keith Richards has the ball. He gives it to Scott Raymond, who goes by his defender, Nate Belanger, and lays it in for 2.
That's a 5-point lead right there for Caribou. Nokomis needs to keep something going. Needs someone to step up and be a leader now that Danny Ledbetter's not in there.
Richie Otis controlling the offense now. Nate Davis has the ball outside on the wing. Rodney Rouse gets it. He goes to the house strong, can't hit. Tips the rebound out to Otis. Now Otis swings the ball out to Nate Davis. Spencer Day will take the three-pointer and hit.
There you go. That's a nice shot, nice spot up, way to step for the ball. And Nokomis will call a timeout here.
So with 2:15 left in the ball game, Nokomis down by 2, 65-63. And a lot of players in foul trouble for both teams. That was a big, big three-point shot there by Spencer Day, hitting that shot late in the game. It looked like Caribou was starting to get some more easy buckets and pull away a little bit with Raymond, but Day hit a big shot to get him right back in it.
And that's what they needed. They needed to be, into this game the whole way. And, they're going to have the senior step up. Nate Davis is going to step up and play hard. So is it Spencer Day. I mean, you can see Rodney Rouse in there. They want to get all the leadership out there that they can get. Because that's what's going to make them turn the point and that they can win this game.
Nokomis once again going to put on the pressure and try to create some more turnovers. That's Jason St. Peter going to take out the ball for Caribou. He gets the ball into Griffith, who passes up to Belanger. He's going to penetrate in. He'll take the shot. No good. Rebound, Rodney Rouse. Nokomis can tie the game with 2 minutes left. Caribou in man-to-man defense. Nate Davis penetrates past his defender and scores. Tie ball game.
Tie ball game. It was good penetration, and again.
And the ball is knocked out of bounds off the inbounds pass by Nate Belanger.
And again, that time you could see how the big post plays cleared out to the weak side, so Davis could get that lane to the rim.
Ball goes into Scott Raymond. Spencer Day going to get called for the foul, diving to try to tip it away. Good hustle there by Spencer.
And that looks like it'd be his 4th.
Going to send Scott Raymond to the free throw line once again. He's made a living there this afternoon. 1:44 left in the game. We're all tied up at 65. And he misses the free throw. Crowd very loud here at Nokomis Regional High School tonight. Second shot is up and good. Gives Caribou a 1-point lead. Nate Davis going to control the offense again. Penetrates towards the middle, loses his dribble, gives it to Richie Otis. Richie looking inside, can't find anyone, gives it back to Nate Davis. Nate penetrates, gives it to Richie Otis outside. Pass goes into Spencer Day, goes strong to the hoop, but can't hit. Jump ball.
Nice job by Rodney Rouse there and Spencer Day. Spencer made the Caribou player turn to the outside, and Rodney Rouse was there to try to pick it off.
Inbounds pass goes to Griffith, who's going to beat it with and he tip pass to Belanger. He'll take the jump shot, no good. Rebound Nokomis. I don't know why Caribou shot so quickly there.
I know, they've got the lead right now, and there's a minute left to go in the game.
Otis has it, gives it to Blanger inside to Rouse. It's going to be off Nokomis. 57 seconds left. Nokomis down by a point, and Caribou wants a timeout to talk it over.
I think that he's going to try to work out a stall here to try to, say, hey, we do have the lead. We're up by 1, 57 seconds left. Let's keep this game under control. But I think the coach Jim DeFrederico is going to be ready for that. So he's going to maybe, get some good pressure on the ball, get things going.
Well, I think the only shot that the Caribou coach, who is Jeff Holmes, would want his team to take right now is a layup.
Yeah.
Or a free throw.
Right, and even, unless they know they're going to get fouled, like outside the arc, maybe throw up a 3 if they're going to get fouled.
Right. And Nokomis has got to come up with a steal here or something. They need a turnover, down by 1. They brought it back from 16 down at the end of the first half to get within 1. And I'm sure they don't want to just be happy with a moral victory here today.
Definitely not. I'm sure they want to win, 1 in the W column, Maybe that will lift them up above, because Caribou's, what, 3rd in the standings?
Fourth
right
now, yep.
And that will lift them up higher in the standings this early in the season, and that would help.
Jason St. Peter taking the ball out of bounds. The ball goes into Keith Richards. He breaks the pressure with his dribble. Now the ball goes to Griffith, and they are going to try to stall it a little bit. There's Nate Davis giving chase, but he can't foul. He's got 4. Now Griffith has it. Trapped him on the baseline. Richie Otis gets the steal.
Yes, and that'll be a foul. Foul on Caribou. Richie Otis is going to the line. He's got 2 shots with 35 seconds left to go.
And Steve Griffith is going to foul out of this game also. He's a senior guard. They're going to miss his leadership. He's played a good game for Caribou today.
Yes, he has. And this is a real test. A sophomore at the line for Nokomis needs to get some confidence here and put these hoops in.
Richie's been starting all year. He didn't start today, but he's got a chance to make amends now if he hits these 2 free throws.
Yeah, he's had a little trouble, in the past couple of games with turnovers and things. So, I think this is where, he really wants to prove that he does deserve that starting position, and he does deserve to play. And part of, getting playing time is to see if you can handle the pressure on the floor, and this is a good test for him.
The big guy checking in for Caribou is number 45, Nick Humphrey. He's a good rebounder on the inside, and Robson Fernandez is going to check in for the Warriors. I think a little offense-defense substitutions going on here by both coaches.
Right, and they want to make sure that, the right people get the right fouls.
Otis' first free throw is a little strong.
Needs to relax and make this one, get the tie here.
Richie's second shot is up and good.
Yeah, that's what they need, and they call a timeout off quick.
So 66-66, timeout. 35 seconds to go, and great ball game tonight.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a close one all the way down to the end.
They had a big buzzer beater I saw on the news last night in girls Class B basketball. Orono won on a buzzer shot against Ellsworth, and we could get some of the same tonight.
Yeah, and I think that's going to look maybe to Nate Davis. Nokomis is going to look to Nate Davis, 3-point shooter maybe. Maybe go inside to the big guy, because they do have Robson Fernandez in there right now. That's a size, mismatch. They've got many possibilities that they could do.
And on Caribou's side, I think you got to look for Scott Raymond to get the ball. He's been there all game for them.
A little bit more in the first half than the second half, but that was because of foul trouble. And he was shooting well. And they want to break this press quickly and then go for the shot near the end.
As Nokomis won't let up the pressure, as you see, they're putting it on full court. Jason St. Peter of Caribou going to take the ball out of bounds. The Nokomis crowd is on its feet. The pass goes in, and it's stolen by Richie Otis. Jump ball.
Jump ball, and that will be Nokomis' ball. The possession arrow goes to Nokomis, and that was a nice job by the sophomore Richie Otis.
Great play there by Richie Otis coming up with that steal. He anticipated the pass and went for it. Now Rodney Rouse going to come back into the ball game. He'll check in for Floyd.
They want his size in there for offense, I think.
Inbounds play. Otis going to take the ball out of bounds. Pass goes into Belanger. Now Nate Davis has it out at half court. And he's going to dribble around with it. Looks like Nokomis is going to hold for last shot. Again, it's all tied up at 66, down to 16 seconds. Now Richie Otis has the ball. Down to 10 seconds.
And that will be a kick by Caribou there. Nokomis will get the ball back. 9 seconds left in the game. I don't know if they're going to go for the quick shot and then go back and play defense.
The ball goes in. They give it to Nate Davis, down to 6 seconds. Offensive foul.
Oh, and they're going to call a charge on that one. That was a good acting job, though. And there you see, I think that's Nate Davis's 5th. He'll be out of this game.
So we could be looking at an extra session unless Caribou hits the shot here.
And that will hurt Nokomis, especially because they have Nate Davis out, Jared Otis out, Danny Ledbetter. You know, you got Travis Floyd with 4 fouls. You've got Spencer Day with 4 fouls. Rodney Rouse, 4. You know.
Pretty much the whole team has 4 fouls. Jeff White going to check in for Nokomis now.
Yeah, the freshman there, he's got a nice shot, follow through. You know, if he can, you know, one of the best shooters on the team. He's got to step up and play.
Caribou will have the ball, of course. There's only 5 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter, all knotted up at 66.
There's been quite a few fouls in this game. You know, remember, both teams are in double bonus.
It looks like they're going to try to set a screen for somebody so they can get the ball. So they're going to have Robson Fernandez guard the out-of-bounds play, which is smart because he's a big guy, and it's hard for someone Keith Richards' size to see over him.
That's right, and also they want him in the front court too so he doesn't get that last foul, and just in case they do go into extra.
Pass goes into Scott Raymond. He's going to have to get the shot off in a hurry. He won't even get it off. We're going to overtime.
A good pressure by Nokomis there. He didn't, you know, Richie Otis, they didn't foul. They couldn't foul because they have very few people and very few fouls left. So that was a good job, good defensive session by Nokomis.
The overtime session goes to 4 minutes.
Just say you're going to take a quick break. I got to stop the tape.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a minute or so to finish up the game. And we'll be back in a few minutes.
Ready?
Okay, and we're back for the overtime session. We're going to jump the ball up. It'll be Robson Fernandez jumping against 25, Scott Raymond to Caribou.
You know, and the important part of overtime is to keep your composure, but make sure you keep the intensity that you were playing with before.
Fernandez doesn't control the tap. Caribou controls. The ball goes to Scott Raymond, calling for the ball. Drives down the middle. No good. Fight for the rebound. Nokomis gets it. Nate Belanger with a nice save there to Rodney Rouse.
And here we go. And now you hear I'm calling for House again.
Richie Otis out top, controlling the offense now. Jeff White gets it. Over to Belanger, looking inside for Rodney Rouse. Can't get him there. Almost thrown away there by Belanger. Now Richie Otis controls the ball once again out top. He about went it backcourt there.
Yeah, that was a close one. It was no good help. I don't know if you saw, but the player behind him was trying to push him up over the line.
Fernandez can't get the shot to fall. Bounce pass goes over to Raymond. Still knotted up at 66 in the overtime. Raymond's shot is up and good off the glass. Tough shot.
Here you go, Richie Otis, you know, running the play.
Jeff White gets it over on the left side. Nokomis setting some screens here. White penetrates down the lane. He'll take the shot. Jay, no good. Rebound fought for. Fernandez gets it, goes up strong and scores.
Yeah, that's what you need. You know, Robson Fernandez he's being careful not to get that 5th foul, but also, you know, he's working hard under there.
So we're back tied up at 68 now. That's Keith Richards penetrating down, and the pass gets knocked out of bounds off of Richie Otis and Nokomis, playing tough defense on him. Richards going to take the ball in out of bounds. He'll give it to Jason St. Peter of Caribou. Out top to Lance Belanger wearing number 21. And Scott Raymond gets it. It looks like they want him to take every shot. He'll take the 3, no good. Now he gets his own rebound and shoots it up. And he'll get called for a walk.
And the refs having a little conference there. Looks like they're going to call a foul there. And that will be on Nate Belanger, I believe, and that will be his 5th.
So Belanger fouls out, and he'll have to sit down.
And the refs are going a little bit overboard on the fouls, I believe, today. Now, both teams are already out to play. You know, if one team's doing it, the other team's going to. You need to be a little bit, you know, that's the way people play now, is they're tough, you know, and the refs need to let them play, I think.
Spencer Day going to check in for Belanger, who did a good job tonight playing ball for Nokomis.
Yeah, he stepped it up tonight. No, he hadn't had very many minutes in the past, but he had enough tonight to foul out. I don't know if that, you know, is enough because the refs are calling so many fouls.
It only takes about 2 minutes tonight to get 5.
And then you're out of there.
Raymond at the line for Caribou. 2:08 left in the overtime. Clutch free throw shooting there by Raymond. Hits his first one to give his team a 1-point lead.
But the one thing about Nokomis is they do have a deep bench, so they can play all these people.
His second one, he gets a shooter's touch. So Caribou up 2 in the overtime period with just over 2 minutes left. Richie Otis controlling the offense for Nokomis. He's guarded closely by Keith Richards. He's looking to hit somebody inside, can't find anyone open. Jeff White now has it out at the top of the key. White will dribble over. He'll give it to Spencer Day on the left side. Spencer guarded by Raymond, who then gives a bounce pass to White. Pass goes into Rodney Rouse. Little spin move, no good. Tipped up. Fernandez with the offensive rebound, and he misses the shot. Saved there by Rouse, but he threw it to the wrong spot.
I think right there, Rouse and Fernandez need to do is collect himself first. Maybe get a player to come out on him and then make a move on him and go to the front of the rim.
Caribou ball, 1:29 left in the overtime. They're up by 2. Keith Richards with the ball, guarded by Otis, putting on pressure. He beats it. Lance Belanger gets it. And he's going to dribble out top, and they're going to slow it down. Richie Otis guarding. Now Scott Raymond has it. He gets double-teamed out top. Lance Belanger gets double-teamed out top. Pass goes to Richards. Gets double-teamed, and it's almost stolen by Nokomis, but Raymond comes up with it.
He's guarded closely by Spencer Day, playing good defense.
Under a minute left now. Dangerous cross-court pass by Caribou. Ball almost stolen there by Day. Bounce pass to Raymond. Raymond going to work it back out. And Richie Otis is going to foul Keith Richards. 41 seconds left in the overtime. 70-68. Caribou in the lead.
And that will be 2 shots because they're in the double bonus with all these fouls that have been called.
And that's Richie Otis's first foul, and Nokomis wants a timeout. So they got to set some sort of strategy up for if they make both free throws, 1 free throw, or if they don't make any at all.
Right, and they got to remember 41 seconds is quite a bit of time. You know, you get 2 very good possessions, and maybe what the Jim DeFederico's method to his madness is that he wants to maybe freeze up the 3-point shooter, make sure he, maybe he'll miss one, maybe he'll miss them both. And plus he has to remember he has the crowd on his side, and Caribou's had quite a hard time, with the crowd.
Well, Keith Richards is a sophomore guard. He'll be shooting for Caribou, and he's in a very hostile environment right now. And
yeah.
He turned around and he looked at the crowd after he made a free throw and kind of put his hands up in the air as to say, Yeah, I made it big deal, you know, after all the noise, so I think it'll get pretty loud on this free throw.
Yeah, and I think that probably, you know, that shows, you know, maybe he needs to mature a little bit more as a player, you know, and not react to the crowd. One thing that you need to remember is you can't have rabbit ears. You need to play and do what the coach says, you know, and don't worry about anything else around you.
Because the crowds are always going to be loud, most of the places around here anyway.
And especially at Nokomis.
Yeah, here we go again. And Richard sinks his free throw to put Caribou up by 3. The sophomore guard from Caribou's second shot is no good. Rebound Richie Otis, so Nokomis down 3, just under 40 seconds left. Now they're going to have to work for a shot. They're looking for Jeff White for the three-pointer. He'll take it. It's blocked. And the ball gets pushed up. Lance Belanger has the ball out at half court. And finally they fouled Jason St. Peter with 22 seconds left. Nokomis down 3, and St. Peter going to the free throw line.
And that will be Spencer Day's 5th, I believe.
That was a nice block there by the Caribou defender on White's shot. Good job of getting out and blocking his shot.
Yeah. It's been a tough game for Nokomis. That's 5 people that have fouled out already.
This will send Jason St. Peter to the line. He's also in foul trouble with 4 fouls. I don't think there's anyone playing right now that isn't in foul trouble, actually.
This is true.
His first free throw is short, so they're giving Nokomis a chance by not hitting these free throws at the end of the ball game.
And I do have to say that was the right person to foul because he's been the one that has been struggling from the line.
And he bricks both of them. Rodney Rouse with a rebound. Nokomis with a chance to tie if they can hit a three-pointer here. Set a pick for Jeff White. He pump fakes, can't get it. Rodson Fernandez inside.
It'll be white ball.
And Coach DeFederico wants to set up a play, calling timeout.
And they're going to give that ball to Jeff White, I believe, because he is the three-point shooter out there.
I think Fernandez in his first year of basketball got a little confused. He probably should have passed the ball back outside in that situation.
That's right. And Jeff White, the freshman, needed to, you know, slide down to the open lane to try to get the ball. And then the inside-out game, when you go inside out, that's when the open shots are going to be open. You know, the perimeter shots, and that's what most coaches teach, to go inside to get the outside shot open.
So we'll see what kind of play Coach DeFederico will set up. Probably some sort of screen off the inbounds play to get a shot up so they can have a chance if he misses to get another shot up possibly.
Right, and I think what they'll do is probably look for Jeff White, Richie Otis, you know, to shoot the three, but also even inside maybe and look, you know, maybe Robson Fernandez, you know, to go to the rim and maybe get a foul, you know. You never know what's going to happen.
Great game here at Nokomis Regional High School between the Warriors and the Vikings from Caribou. 71-68. Caribou in the lead. Just 9 seconds left in this overtime period. Otis going to take the ball out from underneath. Pass goes up top to Jeff White. He's going to have to, Fernandez is going to take the three-pointer. It's no good. Rebound Richie Otis. He throws up another three. It's good.
And it's good.
He ties it. We're going to a second overtime.
Going to a second overtime. A nice shot there by the sophomore guard, Richie Otis. And Nokomis is going crazy.
A clutch shot there by Richie Otis. Off balance, falling out of bounds, hit the jump shot. We're all tied up at 71, and we're going to a second overtime. Shot at the buzzer in the game in time.
And that was you know, if you ask right now, you know, that was a luck shot. You know, there was no forms to that at all. He just threw that thing up there, which was the right thing to do, most definitely.
Happy New Year, Nokomis, right there, I believe.
That was a little late Christmas present, I think.
And another jump ball at center court. Robson Fernandez will jump against Scott Raymond. These kids got to be tired from Caribou. A long drive down from the county to play this game.
And I believe that, you know, if Nokomis wins this game, they'll take all 4 games today.
Nokomis wins the tip. Jeff White has the ball out on the left wing. Richie Otis comes to get it. And he wasted his dribble, so somebody's got to come help him, and Jeff White does. Pass goes inside to Rodney Rouse. He'll go up strong. They're going to call him for a travel.
Yeah, and that's been called on Rodney a few times now. You just need to gather yourself. You know, don't shuffle your feet under there, because they're looking for it because he's done it so many times tonight.
Nokomis putting on the pressure again. This will be Keith Richards handling the ball now for Caribou as their main point guard fouled out. He goes by Otis. Now the ball goes to Lance Belanger. Thinks about a 3, doesn't take it. Back to Richards up top, guarded by Otis. Nokomis playing good defense now. The ball goes over to Lance Belanger. And they're looking to get the ball to Scott Raymond, but Travis Floyd's playing good defense on him. Pass goes to Jason St. Peter. Now back out to Richards. That's Nick Humphrey, who thought about a shot but didn't want to take it. Lance Belanger comes out top. Now Richards drives the middle and passes to Belanger. Caribou being very patient here, already taking a minute off the clock. Scott Raymond has the ball underneath. He gets double teamed. Richards for 3. It's good.
Wow, and that was a good defensive time for Nokomis there. You know, if there's a shot clock, you know, Caribou would have been in trouble.
Richie Otis with the ball up top for Nokomis. Gives the ball to Jeff White. White looking inside for Rouse. Back out to White. He thinks about a 3, instead penetrates. Gives the ball outside to Floyd. Into the middle to Fernandez. Will give it to Otis. Otis looking. Now he gives it to Floyd. Fernandez wants the ball inside. He'll go up with a shot. No good. Rodney Rouse there for the rebound. And the ball gets knocked away. Caribou ball.
And there was a call. You know, the other ref saw it better. He knew that that ball was off Caribou, and so Nokomis does get the ball.
Good job by the referees there to confer on it and make sure they get the right call.
Because this possession right here makes a big difference. Nice job. Nice cut to the rim by Jeff White, the freshman.
74-73, Caribou in the lead. They get the ball in Scott Raymond's hands. He's had it all day, and he throws it away.
There you go. That's a turnover. Just what Nokomis wanted. You know, it looks like Caribou's going to call. Oh, maybe not. I thought they were going to call a quick timeout, but the coach changed his mind, I guess.
Rare turnover there by Scott Raymond to Caribou.
I think there's a little bit miscommunication there with him and his wing, so.
Otis has the ball guarded closely by Richards. Gets it to Floyd out on the right side. Bounce pass to Rodney Rouse down in the low post. Rodney with a nice bounce pass out to Fernandez. Jeff White gets it. He'll penetrate from 14 feet. It's good.
There you go. And there he has his rotation. A nice shot there by the freshman. He's stepping up and playing quite well.
I believe this is Nokomis' first lead of the ball game right now. They lead 75-74, and Caribou wants a timeout.
Yeah, they want to talk things over, and I think this is good. Nokomis needs to keep their intensity, keep their heads on straight, you know, and play well, get some good defense, get down, no fouls. They definitely don't need any fouls. Maybe frustrate Caribou.
Took till a minute 27 in the second overtime, but Nokomis did get their first lead of the game. It's amazing that it went to 2 overtimes. They fought back all game, and now they got a chance to pull out a good victory.
And here we go. Nokomis, you get the atmosphere here as everyone's all excited. You know, they're getting pumped up, and that makes the team get pumped up, and they're ready to go.
And most of the Nokomis starter, a lot of the Nokomis' veteran players have fouled out in this game, and the young guys have taken over. Jeff White and Richie Otis both playing big roles here in the overtimes.
Yeah, earlier we were talking about how Coach Jim DeFederico wanted someone to step up and play and show some leadership. And I think today a lot of people have, not just the seniors, but also Richie Otis stepped up, Jeff White stepped up, and that's a sophomore and a freshman for you right there.
Caribou ball out of bounds. Keith Richards going to take it out. He'll give it to Scott Raymond. Travis Floyd goes for the steal, and he'll get a foul called on him.
And I believe that will be his 5th. And that was not what Nokomis needed right then. And I think that Travis, thought.
So now Brendan Ellison going to check into the ball game for Nokomis.
It's another big man. This is size. It's going to start showing up for Nokomis. Maybe they want to try to get it inside a little bit more.
Brendan hasn't played at all today. He's getting his first action now. 1:25 left in the second overtime. 75-74, Nokomis in the lead. First foul shot is no good. And Raymond's second shot is up and good, so it's all tied at 75. A minute and a quarter left in the second overtime. Nokomis needs to be patient here, get a good shot. Jeff White with the ball on the right wing. Gives it to Rodney Rouse, back to White. Inside, a little inside-out game going here. White penetrates, gives it to Fernandez at the free throw line. He'll take the shot and hit.
Yes, it's good rotation and nice drive, to get through the gap, but then pull up and shoot.
Good job by the Warriors being patient and getting a good shot there. Caribou coming right back down. The shot is up and no good. The ball is knocked out of bounds. It'll go Nokomis ball.
That's right. That was a pretty, off-balance shot. A very good decision by, the sophomore from Caribou.
Brandon Ellison gets the ball. He passes it back to Jeff White. Now it goes to Richie Otis. He gets trapped and he fights through it and he gives the ball to Rodney Rouse. Nice pass over to Fernandez, who does a good job of taking the ball out and back out to Otis and stalling some clock off. And Jason St. Peter is going to pick up the foul and send Richie Otis to the line.
Yeah, and that's what they needed to do.
And I think that's St. Peter's fifth foul also.
Yeah, and he looked at the coach and said, I had to do it. And the coach was right. He understood, he had to do it. So now they're going to have number 43, Dan Funk, check in.
And, of course, the coach gets a little extra time when a player fouls out so he can have his players come over and huddle up and talk to him a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's 30 seconds they're supposed to get.
Coach DeFederico there talking to his players, telling them to keep calm.
Yes, they do have the lead right now, and there's 30 seconds left in the game.
Richie Otis at the free throw line. Of course, he hit that three-pointer to send the game into the second overtime at the buzzer.
It would be very nice if he could hit these two because, 4 points up, there's no three-pointer. Three-pointer can't win it, and, he needs these.
And in and out. Richie misses the first one.
See, I think he'll make the second one. This is what happened, to put it into overtime.
Just a little bit strong there, that's all. Richie, the sophomore guard, nails the second one.
There you go. Now they're going to put the pressure on. Hopefully no foul. 30 seconds left.
Raymond pushing the ball up for Caribou. Gets the ball over to Belanger. Raymond has it. He gets double-teamed here. Back to now Raymond has it back. He'll take a leaner in the lane. No good. Fight for the rebound.
It's going to be a foul on him.
And he'll foul out now.
That's right. And there, you see Richie Otis, getting right into this game. He knows that it's almost over.
So 78-75 in the second overtime. Nokomis has the lead. 16 seconds left, and the coach is telling the guys to get back because they don't want to give up any easy, quick baskets to Caribou.
That's right, and they want to, make sure they guard the three-point line right now.
Robson Fernandez, the exchange student from Brazil, at the free throw line. And Pat Mishu checking in. He's a senior guard for Caribou. And I think that Scott Raymond deserves a nice hand because he played a heck of a game here today.
Yes, he did a very good job, going to the rim and dishing off as well. He's a very good ball player.
Fernandez misses the first free throw. And you need to hit these if you want to be a tournament team, so he needs to hit this shot to cinch the game. Misses them both, fight for the rebound. Funk comes up with it. So Caribou with a chance to tie again. Belanger over to Mishu. He walked right there, no call. Funk will take the shot for three, no good. Rebound, Jeff White. And the buzzer goes off.
There you go.
Nokomis wins.
Nokomis gets their first win of the season, and it was a good one. It was the most emotional game, and that's the good ones to win.
You see the players go crazy out there at center court. Great win for Nokomis, 78-75. They win it in double overtime over Caribou.
That was a very good job. Nokomis played hard.
So once again, your final score in double overtime. A very exciting game here at Nokomis Regional High School, Andrea. Nokomis wins by 3.
Yes, that's right. And Nokomis, did an excellent job of maintaining the composure, even when their leaders of the team, the seniors, and the juniors filed out. The freshmen and the sophomore did step up.
And that's it from here, I guess. I hope you tune in for the next broadcast, which will be on January 8th, I believe.
10th.
January 10th. Well, I'm all screwed up, I guess. But it'll be on the 10th at 8 o'clock, Bangor against Gardner. And then tune in for all the other games also. And we'd like to thank you for watching. I'm Dave Duncombe.
And I'm Andrea Pelkey, and we'll sign off now. Bye.
Good night.
Good, how you doing? Good.